All right. Hello, everyone. So this is the pre-laboratory discussion for experiment 6 on lipids, no? Now, I'm not sure kung sa lecture ninyo, you have already discussed lipids, no, at this point. So we will have a brief description or introduction about lipids before we go into the experiment proper. Okay? So when we talk about lipids, no, siguro the things that come into your mind are fats and oils, no? Because fats and oils are made up, no, of lipids, or actually lipids sila by themselves, no? Your fats and oils are stored in your fat cells, no, called adipocytes. Okay? They are a chemically diverse group of compounds, no? You will see later kung gaano sila ka-diverse, unlike your amino acids, no, or your nucleic acids, no, or even your carbohydrates, although diverse din naman in a sense yung carbohydrates and nucleic acids, or sorry, and amino acids, pero ibang klaseng diversity naman yung meron sa lipids, no? Although, while they are very diverse, okay, the common and defining feature of lipids are their insolubility in water, no? So they are mostly non-polar. May ilang lipids na may small portion of polar region, okay, but mostly they are non-polar. That's why they are insoluble in water. No? And they can also perform a variety of biological functions. Okay, so one of the simplest lipid, no, are your fatty acids. Okay, so fatty acids are hydrocarbon derivatives. No, particularly they are long chain of carboxylic acid or a monocarboxylic acid. No, so may carboxylic acid ka, C double bond O OH, no, and connected to it is a very long alkyl chain, no? Okay, so this long alkyl chain is the nonpolar region, okay, making your fatty acid insoluble in water. And this small portion of carboxylic acid is the only polar region, no? Kaya nga usually when we draw fatty acids, okay, so we have one head group which is polar, and then yung tail, all right, is your nonpolar region, no? The acyl tail. Okay? So yan. So you will see that you have a lot of CH2s, no? And yung terminal end is yung CH3. Alright? So making it nonpolar. Now, your fatty acid can be classified as either saturated or unsaturated. Okay? Ang main difference nila is sa unsaturated, meron kang presence of a double bond. No? At least one double bond will already consider it an unsaturated fatty acid. Alright? Although, no, sa lecture ninyo, you will learn that pwede nyo pa siyang further i-classify, no, as monounsaturated fatty acid or polyunsaturated fatty acid, no, depending on the number of double bonds. Now, another difference, no, between saturated and unsaturated fatty acids is the number of hydrogen atoms, no, connected to your carbons, no? Actually, the fact na tinawag nating saturated fatty acid ito, no, is because it is actually saturated with hydrogen. Okay? Pag unsaturated, we are removing, no, some hydrogens, making it unsaturated. Okay? So yan, no? So yung presence of double bond, number of hydrogen atoms. Then the third one is yung shape niya, no? So kung mapapansin nyo, mas ordered yung structure ng saturated fatty acid. Yung unsaturated fatty acid may bend or may kink, na may konting disorder sa kanyang structure. Alright? And this disorder, no, actually makes it more difficult, no, for your unsaturated fatty acids to pack together, no? Pagka magsasama-sama sila, alright, or mag-aggregate sila, mas mahirapang mag-aggregate yung unsaturated fatty acid because of its disordered shape, no? Unlike your saturated fatty acids, no? Kaya nga, yung saturated fatty acids, no, at room temperature, usually it's a solid, no, while your unsaturated fatty acid, usually at room temperature, no, it's a liquid. no? Kasi mas hindi sila nagpa-pack together. Okay? So, liquid siya at room temperature, no? And yung fats and oils na tinatawag natin, no? Usually, yung mga fats, they have more saturated fatty acid, no? Kaya at room temperature, halimbawa yung taba ng baboy, no, or taba ng manok, or taba ng animal product na kinakain natin, no, it's solid at room temperature is because there's more saturated fatty acids, no, than unsaturated fatty acids. Okay? On the other hand, no, yung mga oils natin, okay, yung mga lipids na nakuha natin from plants like corn oil, canola oil, olive oil, no, coconut oil, right? They have more unsaturated fatty acid, no, kaya liquid sila at room temperature, no? So oils yung nakukuha natin, no, instead of yung solid na fats. Okay. All right. Probably you'll learn more about this table in your lecture, no? But this table shows you the different naming conventions, no? So you have this shorthand notation, just taking note of the number of carbons, number of double bonds, no? And the position of the double bonds. Ito yung condensed structure niya, and then you have the systematic name, common name, no? Lauric acid, myristic acid, palmitic acid. Ito yung ibang nakikita nyo ah, sa list of ingredients, no, nung mga kinakain yung siguro mga chips, no, or kung ano yung nabibili yung mga food products, no. Pag tinignan nyo yung list of ingredients, meron dong mga fatty acids. Okay? Yeah. Then you'll see here the melting point, no? Kung paano nagva-vary yung melting point kapag nagkaroon ng unsaturation, no? Makikita nyo drastically bumababa yung melting point. So mas madali siyang mag-melt, no? Liquid siya at room temperature. Unlike your saturated fatty acids. Okay? Anyway, now you'll cover more of that in your lecture. Yan, ito yung nabanggit ko kanina, no? So, yung packing of fatty acids, mas madaling i-pack yung mga saturated fatty acids, no? Making them solid at room temperature. Mas mataas yung intermolecular forces of attraction nila. Alright? So, higher melting temperature, no? So, pag mataas ang melting temp, no, more likely solid siya at room temperature. Okay? Unlike your unsaturated fatty acid na merong mga kinks. Okay? So, mahirapan tayong i-pack yung mga unsaturated fatty acids. No? So, you will see na lower yung melting temperature nila and mas liquid sila at room temperature. Okay. Now, from fatty acids, no, you can esterify, no, these fatty acids to your glycerol. So, ito yung glycerol. Alright, so it's a 3-carbon molecule with hydroxyls for every carbon. Okay, yung mga alcohol na yan, pwedeng mag-react with your carboxylic acid to form an ester. Okay? So, for every glycerol, no, you can have a maximum of 3 fatty acid chains esterified to it. Okay? So, yan. So, ang tawag natin dito ay triacyl glycerol, no? Kasi may tatlong acyl chains connected to your glycerol. Kapag dalawa lang, diacyl glycerol. Kapag isa lang, monoacyl glycerol. No? So commonly, yung mga lipids na nakikita natin sa katawan natin is not in the form of fatty acids but rather in the form of triacyl glycerols. No? Another name for this is triglyceride. No? So I'm not sure if na-try nyo nang magpa-blood chem, no? Or yung parents ninyo, or yung guardians ninyo, or mga lolo't lola, someone older than you na regularly na nagpapa-check up. Okay? Isa yun sa mga tinatest kapag ka nagpa-blood chemistry, no? Nagtatest for blood chemistry, yung triglycerides. Okay? So, it determines the number or the amount of relative amount, no, of lipids, no, present in your blood. Okay? Yeah, triglyceride. Okay, another look at the triglyceride, but using your um, van der Waals no view. Okay? Ayan. All right. Your triacylglycerols no are the form of stored fuels no. And sila yung nasa-store sa mga fat cells natin no, or yung adipocytes natin. Okay? Now, why do we use triacylglycerols no as stored fuels instead of polysaccharides no? Well, one possible reason for that is because your polysaccharides are easier to burn, no? Easier to oxidize. Okay, mas madaling i-oxidize. So in need no of energy of ATP, okay? Yung polysaccharides natin yung unang gagamitin, no? So anything in excess no na merong energy such as your triacylglycerols no, nasa-store sila. Okay? Kapag hindi naman sila kailangan. Now, kapag na-deplete ka na ng polysaccharides at kailangan pa rin ng energy ng body mo, no? Yung next na pwede niyang maging source of energy are your triacylglycerols, no? And actually, yung mga lipids natin, they contain more energy um than polysaccharides. Okay? So mas malaking energy na sa store nila. Okay? Per gram, no? Compared to polysaccharides. Yun nga lang, mas mahirap silang i-burn kaya hindi sila agad-agad na-burn, no? So, pinaprioritize or napaprioritize yung polysaccharide kasi mas madaling i-oxidize yung polysaccharide. Okay. Now, in addition to fuel source or energy source, no? Another function of lipids in our body is for structure. Okay, structural integrity. No, particularly ng cell membrane. So, sa cell membrane natin, no, it's mostly made up of what we call as phospholipids or phosphoacyl glycerol. Okay? So, dito, so, di ba yung glycerol mo, meron siyang tatlong hydroxyls, no? So, pag triglycerides, lahat ng OH na yon occupied with acyl chains. No? Pero sa phospholipids, dalawang alcohol lang, no? Yung meron kang ester of fatty acids. No? Instead, yung pangatlo or yung isang dulo ng glycerol mo is connected to a phosphate. No? Kaya siya phospholipid. Alright? And yung phospholipid natin can have multiple uh, functional groups no attached to the other oxygen. Okay? So, your lipids can have different types of assemblies in water, no? So, pwedeng may liposome. Pag liposome, double layer siya na spherical. Okay? So, sa loob ay um, polar, no? Sa labas ay polar. Pero sa pagitan ng dalawang layer, meron kang non-polar region. Pwede rin silang mag-form ng micelle, no? So, yung micelle, siya yung pinakamadaling ma-form, no? Meron kang non-polar region sa gitna, meron kang polar region sa labas, no? Surrounding it. Okay? So, sa micelle, one layer lang siya. Single layer na hydrophobic yung core, tapos yung exterior ay hydrophilic. Then you also have a bilayer sheet, no? Pag bilayer sheet naman, ito yung cell membrane natin, lipid bilayer. Okay? So, hindi siya spherical, instead it's more flat. Okay? Although, in reality, no, yung mga cell membrane natin, may curvature sila. Hindi sila pure na flat bilayers. No? Kaya nga, yung shape ng cell natin, hindi naman siya rectangular. No? Para siyang oblong. No? Well, depende sa type ng cell. No? Pero, hindi siya parang very, ano tawag dito? Ma-corner. No? So, meron siyang curvature. Okay? So, yan. Alright, so in cell membranes, no? So lipid bilayer siya, yung exterior ay hydrophilic, yung interior ay hydrophobic, no? So one of the layers are exposed to the cytosol, no? While the other layer is exposed to the fluid, no, outside the cell. Okay? Alright. Okay. So, sabi ko kanina, no, yung phosphate mo can have multiple functional groups attached to it. Alright, so halimbawa dito, nag-attach ng choline group, okay? It's a nitrogen with 3 methyl groups, no, attached to it. Okay, so yun yung phosphatid, so magpo-form to ng phosphatidylcholine. Okay, phosphatidylcholine. And then kapag ka may ethanolamine ka namang inattach, no, ang tawag dito ay phosphatidyl ethanolamine. Alright? Now, different portions, no, of the cell, no, that are surrounded by membranes. So, kasi yung mga organelles ng eukaryotic cell, no, they are membrane bound, no, yung mga organelles. And yung mga membrane na yon ng mga organelles natin actually have different compositions, no? So, iba ang composition ng membrane ng Golgi apparatus, sa composition ng membrane ng nucleus, no? Sa composition ng membrane ng mitochondria, okay? Sa composition ng membrane ng cell mismo, yung plasma. Okay, so iba-iba yung composition depending of course on the need. No? So halimbawa kung titignan natin yung membrane, yung mitochondria, no, yung inner mitochondria has a lot of cardiolipin, no, which actually allows the sharp curves, no, sa mitochondria. So yun, depende sa function, depende sa need ng lipid, iba-iba yung composition ng lipids na present sa membrane ng organelles natin. Okay? So to, no, is just giving you different classifications of your lipids, no, which is not our interest for this lab, but more for the lecture. Okay, now let's go to the experiment proper. All right. So for this experiment, no, it's better that your test tubes are as dry as possible, no, and there will be a lot of uh, oily substances dito, no. So better na naka-gloves kayo. Okay, para mas madaling matanggal, no, yung oil. Hindi siya dumikit sa kamay nyo. Okay, so test tubes must be as dry as possible. Use dichloromethane as the negative control. No, hindi water ang ating negative control kasi water is polar. No, dichloromethane is more non-polar, no, than water. So yun yung negative control natin. And you have to prepare your hot water bath early. Okay? So there are many tests that you will do, no? Although hindi katulad ng carbohydrates and proteins or amino acids, no? Yung mga test samples nito usually konti lang. Okay? So yung una, no, is emulsification test. Alright, teka, i-open ko nga yung aking ano. Hindi ko pala nalagay yung mga test samples. So open ko yung aking lab manual para lang may guide ako kung ano yung mga test samples ninyo. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, experiment number 6 is page 35. Okay, there you go. Ay, ba't ako umakyat? Pababa pala dapat. Yan. For the emulsification test, no? Oh, isa lang pala. Ay, sorry. Isa lang, no? Ang test compound nyo lang dito ay coconut oil. Okay, check nyo lang kung mag-emulsify yung coconut oil with different reagents. No, so you have lecithin or ang lecithin is also known as phosphatidylcholine. Alright? You have bile salt and you have distilled water. Okay? So yan. Actually, before pala ng emulsification test, no, meron tayong solubility test. Okay? So, pero yung solubility test, madali lang yon. Titignan nyo lang kung soluble yung dalawang compounds na imimix nyo or miscible ba sila. Okay? So, yung lecithin tsaka bile salt, no, titignan natin kung effective emulsifiers sila of lipids. No? Pagka emulsifier, no, dapat ang ine-expect natin, magkakaroon ka ng multiple globules, no, tulad nito ng lipids. No? So, mag-form ka ng mga globules of lipids. So, instead of one layer of lipid, no, magkakaroon ka ng mga parang bubble-bubble, no? Mga droplets or fat droplets. Okay? Kung good emulsifier ang lecithin and bile salt. Next is test for unsaturation. So basically, titignan natin kung merong present na double bond, no, dun sa mga samples ninyo or test compounds. So ang ito-test natin dito, olive oil, oleic acid, coconut oil, and Yung negative control, DCM. Okay? Meron din kayong unknown dito, no? So, may indetermine din kayong unknown, pero hindi to kasama sa practical exam. Okay? Yung unknown dito. Okay? So, yan. Titignan natin kung yung unknown na binigay sa inyo ay merong double bonds or wala. So, the idea here is you will add bromine, no? Bromine water. Alright? And the bromine water can react with the double bonds. Alright? And yung bromine water, no, natin, naturally is color brown or brownish, yellow-brown, no? So, ganyan yung itsura. Kapag na-discolor yung bromine, naging bromide siya, alright? So, ganito yung itsura, no? Ibig sabihin, wala ka ng wala ka ng bromine, no? Nag-react yung bromine. Ibig sabihin, merong double bond dun sa sample mo. Okay? So, discoloration or the loss of color of bromine will tell you that you don't have, you have a double bond. Alright? Ayan. Alright. Next is saponification test, no? So saponification test or the process of saponification is actually the hydrolysis, no, of your triglyceride, okay? Para ma-break down into glycerol and yung ating soap. Okay? So ang test compounds natin dito is yung unknown, olive oil, coconut oil, and DCM. Okay? So basically, you will add an alcoholic potassium hydroxide and you will heat it up. Alright? Pag napansin nyo na nagfo-form ng soap, no, alam niyo naman ang itsura ng soap kapag ka minix sa water, no? So medyo mabula na color white. Okay? So pag nagfo-form ng soap or nagla-lather, no, lathering yung tawag doon, then that means successful yung saponification or pwede nyo isaponify yung inyong compound. Next is the test for acrolane. Now, the test for acrolane is the test for presence of glycerol. Okay? So, kung present yung glycerol, no, ang mangyayari is yung pag-heat nyo ng glycerol in the presence of potassium hydrogen sulfate, no, it will dehydrate the glycerol and it will form acrolane. Okay, ang odor nito is parang nasusunog na oil, no? Parang nasusunog na oil. Alright? Hopefully naamoy niyo na 'yon. So tingnan natin kung ano yung maamoy nyo, no? Ita-test kasama naman yung glycerol sa positive test ninyo. Okay? Then we have the Lieberman-Burchard reaction, no? So sa Lieberman-Burchard reaction, it's the test for the presence of cholesterol. Okay, so positive test will give you a deep green color. Okay, so usually nag-start siya as purple pink, magiging light green, magiging deep green or dark green. No? So ito yung reaction na nangyayari. Alright, so addition of glacial acetic acid, sulfuric acid, no, will dehydrate your cholesterol. Alright, and eventually kapag nag-add ka ng uh, sulfite, alright, so magkakaroon ka ng conjugated rings, alright, which will actually form this dark green color. Okay? So yan yung Lieberman-Burchard. Then you will have the Salkowski test. Salkowski test, which is also a test for the presence of cholesterol. Alright? So dito, as much as possible, kailangan sobrang dry yung inyong glassware. Okay? So here you will add sulfuric acid. Alright? And you will note the changes in color. Kapag ganito yung itsura, no? Yung top layer ay bluish red to violet and the bottom layer is yellow to green, then that means positive na for cholesterol yung sample mo. Okay? So yung test samples lang natin dito is your unknown, your cholesterol, and your DCM. Okay? Then, we have the test for phosphate na nagawa nyo na yata before, no? So, yung ammonium molybdate with concentrated nitric acid. Na nagawa nyo na to before, so alam nyo na yung test for this one, no? So, it's actually a test for phospholipid, no? Kung may phospholipid na present, then magpa-positive siya dapat sa test for phosphate. Okay, so tatlo lang i-test nyo dito. Yung unknown ninyo, yung lecithin, which is the positive control, kasi it's a phosphatidylcholine, and your DCM, which is your negative control. And then finally, no, the last test is your Ferter-Meyer test, which is a test for the presence of alpha tocopherol, no? So alpha tocopherol is uh, your vitamin E. Okay? Alright? So sa further Mayer test, no, ang gagawin ninyo is you will add uh, N-butyl alcohol, no, and concentrated nitric acid. Then you will heat it in an 80 degrees Celsius water bath for 10 minutes. Okay, so in this test, it will give you a bronze red colored solution kung positive ka for the presence of alpha tocopherol. Alright, and that's it for your lipids, no? It's basically like your carbohydrates and proteins, no, na may mga different tests kang gagawin. Alright, thank you.